In today's video I want to talk about some of the new gear that I've added to my pack list for my upcoming camping trips this summer. So I've been playing around with my setup for a camping trip later this week, and I've got everything into this Osprey Talon 33 litre. So although it's not ultra light, the whole thing without food and water weighs in at 5.5 kilos. So now that the warmer weather's here, I don't want to be carrying heavy rucksacks or any gear that's not essential. There's no need for 4-season tents or minus 12 sleeping bags. So I'm going to try and tone things down, see if I can get away with something like a 33 litre pack, possibly creep up to the Exos 48, but that's a lightweight pack as well. So I bought a few new bits of gear to try and lighten the load, make the pack size a little bit smaller, as well as bring back a few old favourites that don't take up a great deal of room inside my rucksack. I will make sure to put links in the description below to all the items you see on the video today, so if you want any more info, go check them out. But the first two bits of gear I want to talk about are shelter related. And the first bit of gear that's going to be used quite a lot this summer is the Sierra Designs Backcountry bivvy. So this is pretty new to me. I've actually only used it one time before, but that was during a little woodland camp. So the pack size is very impressive, and it only weighs in at 422 grams, which isn't incredibly lightweight, but it does come with a bug net, and it's got loads of space inside. So the plan is only to use this when the weather's really good. So for when I'm expecting a bit of rain or higher winds, I'm going to be going back to the Terra Nova Laser Photon 1. So again, the pack size on this is incredibly small, and with the poles it only weighs in at 760 grams. So the next new item added to my pack list is a new sleeping pad. So on recent camps I've been using the Cedar Summit Ether Light Extreme, which is incredibly comfortable and keeps you really warm. However, it's very bulky, and for summer camps it's a little bit of overkill. But because I was so impressed with how comfortable the Cedar Summit pads are, I've had a go at the ultralight version. So this weighs in at 410 grams, pack's really small, and just like the Etherlight that I've got, the sack doubles up as a little inflator. So the pump sack just fits onto the valve. And you just roll down and that inflates the pad for you. So you just blow into the end. Not actually slept on it yet, but just laying on it, it's really comfortable. But the ultralight pad doesn't have any insulation, so that brings me on to my next new bit of kit. So over in America you can get something called a Gossamer gear closed cell pad, which is basically just a little thin layer of foam. So my thoughts behind this pad is that firstly, I don't need to bring the Z seat because I can just fold it over and use it as a sit pad, but I can unroll this, stick it underneath my sleeping pad, and although it's not very thick, it will create a barrier and give me a little bit of insulation for this pad. So obviously this combination isn't going to be any good for the colder months, but for summer camping this will be perfect. So the next item I want to show you is my new quilt. So although I said it's a quilt, it's actually a hybrid. So it is a quilt and a sleeping bag. So this is the UGQ Outlaw hybrid quilt and sleeping bag. So this is down-filled and has a comfort rating of -1 degree. So I'll quickly show you how this works. So it has got a foot box that's, you can open this up if you want to, and it has a full zip, so it goes the full length of the quilt. So you can have it opened up if you want as a quilt when the weather's a bit warmer. But if you start to feel the chill a little bit, you can zip it all the way up. And then there's a shoulder baffle around here which cinches around you. And that keeps everything closed up. There's a little press stud on the ends that closes all your drafts off. These aren't cheap, but the quality is first class. So a little over 700 grams. This packs down to nothing as well. I'm really looking forward to giving this a bash. So the next item's not actually new, but for summer camping I'm going to be going a little bit more lightweight. So I'm going back to the Alp kit and the storming cone. So for a shade over 400 grams I've got a full kit here: spoon, cup, lid, fuel, stove, lighters. This whole setup has been brilliant. Fortunately you can't buy these anymore. But it's so simple and very effective. And my plan is to eat a few more of these dehydrated meals during the summer months. And this setup's perfect for just boiling water or one pot meals. So the last thing that I want to show you is the Garmin Inreach Mini. So this has been on my wish list for a very long time, but I decided to bite the bullet after my recent trip to the Lake District, where I had a little scare, where something like this could possibly be a lifesaver. I'm hoping that I never have to use the SOS feature, but the main reason is to be able to keep in contact with Jo, just to let her know that I'm safe and sound and where I am. And if you want to see the Inreach Mini in a little bit more detail, then click on this video here for a bit more info.